Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a hopefully quick tutorial for you guys, and it is featuring the Wet n Wild Knock on Wood trio. And I actually got a request to do a tutorial with this, so I never remember like who specifically requests things, but there was a couple of people that actually wanted to see a look with this. So this is the look that I came up with. I absolutely love this palette. I think it's fantastic. So it is a great fall find, and it's like $2.99, so I think everybody should pick it up. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I got this look on this side, and I'm going to try as much as possible to stay out of the way of the camera with my hand, but sometimes that's a little bit hard because I don't have the best filming setup for tutorials. So anyway, you can see that I have pretty much everything done on this side. I have my brows. You can see what a big difference brows make. So hang on, I think I got a hair here. Oh, there we go. Makes a huge difference when you fill in your brows. I think even if you have really nice full brows, sometimes it's nice to just brush a little bit of powder through them to define them a little bit more. It just makes such a nice impact on your face to do that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. By the way, if you're going to ask what I have on my nails, it is the Sally Hansen Insta-Dry in Wind Up. So I did a crappy job of putting it on, but it's like washing away, so not a big deal. So the first thing that I did is went ahead and put my Wet n Wild Brulee all over my eye area, and I just used a fluffy brush for that, so just kind of evened out my lid area here. So that was the very first thing. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Knock on Wood palette, and I'm actually going to use my fingers, and I'm going to use my pinky here, and I'm going to go into the crease color. So this middle brown shade, I'm going to get some onto my pinky, and then I'm going to pat that onto my lids. And I'm just kind of putting it up to where my crease area is. Now, I do get some fallout from this, but I'm just going to be brushing that away. So it's harder to get on my inner corner because my nails are kind of long right now, so I have to kind of do this awkward angle to get it in there. But basically, I'm just patting the color on. Like that. And then what I decided to do was top that off with Wet n Wild Nutty, just because I really like the finish of Nutty. It's kind of like a shimmery type of finish. So again, on my finger and over top of the crease color from the palette. So it just changes it slightly into a more taupey type of shadow. So then I'm going to go ahead and wipe that off so I don't get that all over my face. And I am going to take just a fluffy brush and brush away the excess. I'm going to take a round crease brush. This is just one from Coastal Scents. And now I'm going to go in with the what they call the eyelid color, which is this bottom cranberry shade. And I'm just going to put some onto my crease brush. Tap off the excess, and then I'm literally going to put that in my crease area. So I'm first placing the color. I'm not going to worry about blending it quite yet. I just want to get it to where I want the most concentration of color to be. And for my eye shape, it works a little bit better for me to have the crease color go up higher on the outer portion of my eye, so that it tends to elongate my eye just a little bit more. So I do bring that all the way in, but not until I have the majority of color off the brush and onto the outer portion of my crease. So then what I do is I take a tapered blending brush, or just a blending brush, doesn't have to be a tapered one necessarily, whatever you're most comfortable with. And I'm going to take a little bit of that, again, that purpley eyelid color, or cranberry, tap off most of that excess. And then I'm going to start blending that crease color up. I want a nice gradient. I don't want anything too harsh. Sorry, hopefully you can see that a little bit better. And again, I'm getting fallout, so always carefully brushing that away. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a flat definer brush, again, into that cranberry shade, tap off, and that's what I'm going to put underneath my lower lash line. Really concentrate the color on the outer portion of the lower lash line and then work what's left the rest of the way in. Okay. So once I have that done and I'm happy with the gradient, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Nutty. Again, put a little bit more onto my finger and go over your lid color. So I'm just going to intensify that a little bit again. Make sure you get rid of the excess, because if you're anything like me, at some point you will drag that across your face. Okay, so at this point, and I haven't done this on the other side, just because I totally forgot, but I'm going to take this brow bone color and my fluffy brush, and I'm just going to get a little bit on there. So that's kind of a lot, so tap off most of that excess. And what I'm going to use this for is to help with that transition up to your brow bone area. So I'm starting at the edge of where the crease color starts to fade out, and I'm just using that to blend that a little bit more. So then you have something that looks like that, hopefully. Just get rid of some of this. I have so much stuff in front of me, it's ridiculous. So then what I'm going to do is take my Jordana 12 Hour Made to Last eyeshadow pencil in Tenacious Brown, and I'm essentially going to use this as an eyeliner. If you just have a nice dark matte brown liner, that works just fine. I like these thicker ones because I'm pretty good at keeping the line thin even with using a thicker pencil like this. I just really like the staying power of these long wearing eyeshadow pencils. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a line. And this is hard for me to do with this camera angle, but so I'm starting my liner. I'm not doing a wing. You could certainly do a wing if you use like a gel liner or something. But I'm starting it to where the line is thicker on the outer portion, and then as I'm going in towards my inner corner, I'm really thinning that out to basically nothing before I even get to the end of my lash line here. By the way, happy first day of fall, everybody. I'm so glad this day is here. I love fall. It's my favorite season. Okay. Sorry, I'm probably totally in the way right now, but just had some shadow fall into my eye. Okay. Did it just start raining? How funny. As soon as I said happy fall, it starts like raining. I love Oregon. So I totally have some fallout here, so I'm gonna brush that away. And that is my liner. So you can see where it's just a little bit thicker on the outer portion, and then as you go in, it just thins out dramatically. This is probably a lot easier to do, honestly, if you have a gel liner. So if you have a nice brown gel liner, I would use that and maybe like an angled brush. Always make sure that you get really close to your lash line. Sometimes if I'm not careful, I'll kind of miss that, and you can always see that gap in there even after you put your mascara on. So I'm going to go ahead and do my brows now, and today I am using MAC Omega and my Smashbox number 12 brush, eyebrow brush, and I'll just show you how I'm filling in my brows right now. I did pluck the other day and totally undid a lot of like the regrowth that I had. I want to sort of kick myself in the ass, but it really is hard to stop yourself from wanting to pluck after you've done it for so many years. It's this totally bizarre addiction that I wish I could just do away with. Okay. So I'm going to kind of put the outline of where I want my tail to be with the powder, but I'm going to have to go back in with my Anastasia brow pencil. So I have the color Blonde, and I'm just going to use that to, and I have to kind of look ahead so that I can see that I'm actually matching my other brow. This pencil is very creamy. It's not too soft, but it's definitely a softer pencil. So be careful not to press too hard because you will get too much product. I wish that you guys could see the disaster that is my guest room right now. We have someone here from Germany, a friend of ours visiting, and it's like a train wreck in here. His suitcase exploded. Felix. Okay. So that is my brows. After I always brush through and just kind of soften the look of the powder and the pencil a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and do my mascara. Today I am using the Almay One Coat Get Up and Grow and the Jordana Best Lash Extreme Volumizing Mascara. So I'm going to do that off camera, come back and tell you guys what I have on the rest of my face. So see you in a second. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I'll try to bring you in a little bit closer here so you can see maybe a little bit better. So you can see that the cranberry color is really more of an accent on this particular look. I think it was Becky, one of my subscribers made a comment that it's hard for her to wear cranberry type of shades because, and I totally get where she's coming from, sometimes it can make your eyes look irritated or just red. It's not super easy to pull this kind of color off. You really have to be careful with the amount that you use and where you're using it. So if I used the cranberry shade all over my lid, it would just make my eyes look really irritated. I've done that before and it's just not the right way for me to use this particular color. For me, it works better to use kind of a more taupey brown on my lid with the cranberry as the accent color. And that allows you to kind of, I keep saying that word, it drives me crazy. It allows you to get that cranberry color and allows you to participate in the trend without looking sickly while you're trying to sport it. So I really like the way that this turned out. It's very wearable for daytime. If you wanted to smoke it up a little bit, I would probably take this cranberry color with more of a dark espresso type of brown and blend the two together and just smoke out the outer V a little bit more, and then add some amazing false lashes. And I think that that would be a gorgeous evening look for a date night or for a party. So I think there's lots of things that you can do with this particular look to make it daytime appropriate and evening appropriate at the same time. You certainly don't have to go over the crease color with the Nutty. I just really like the finish of this. It is one of my favorite eyeshadows. It's absolutely beautiful, and these are only 99 cents or $1.99 depending on which drugstore you find them at. So oh, this is totally not Nutty. How funny. This is Brulee. This is Nutty. So very readily available at Walgreens, at Rite Aid, at Fred Meyer, basically at any drugstore that you go to look for these. And for, let's see, you get this for $2.99, this for 99 cents. I mean, it's like a steal for this particular eye look. Even the liner that I used was under $3. I think these are $2.99 as well. And this is the new Jordana, one of their 12-hour made-to-last eyeliners. So anyway, really like the look. Let me share with you what I used on the rest of my face. So for my primer today, I just used the Sarah McNamara Miracle Skin Transformer. You guys know that I love this. I used my Everyday Minerals base in Winged Butter, and this is the semi-matte formula, which is working better than the matte is right now. So I put the matte away for next summer. I did use my Sunlight finishing dust from Everyday Minerals. On my cheeks, I used Everyday Minerals blush in Timeshare. This is a discontinued color. A girlfriend gave this to me, but I will put a link down below to the Everyday Minerals website for a color that I think is very similar to this. But basically, this is a dusty, plummy mauve shade. Hopefully you can kind of see that. So that's what I have on my cheeks. For my contour today, instead of using my NYX blush in Taupe, I decided to use my Laura Geller Balance and Brighten in medium because it is way too dark for my skin and I look ridiculous wearing this, but I can actually use it as a great contour. So I use that under my cheeks, and I also use that to contour the sides of my nose. I did use a little bit of highlight down the bridge of my nose as well as my Cupid's bow, and I just used the Hard Candy Baked blush in Pinup. This is super cheap as well. I think this is like an all drugstore look. Oh, it totally is. I'm going to title it that. My mascara was the Jordana Best Lash Extreme Volumizing Mascara, my Almay One Coat Get Up and Grow. So I used these two and they worked great. You guys saw what I used on my brows, which is actually not drugstore. So, well, I'll say mostly drugstore. MAC Omega, and then the Anastasia Brow Pencil in Blonde. On my lips, my favorite lip combination of the moment is my L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick in Nude, number 862. Over top of that, I just have my plumping lip gloss, well, I guess the big, bold plumping lip gloss from NYC in Magnified Mauve, which is like my go-to lip combination of the moment. And that's it. It's all that I have, which is a lot. It's not like this is all that I have. I have a lot on my face. But again, you can totally take out, you know, if you don't want to contour, don't contour. If you don't want to put on gloss, don't put on gloss. Totally easy to adjust to your liking. So anyway, let me know what you guys think of this look. On Monday, I am going to do my Get Ready With Me vlog using the rose goldy colors that I shared in my weekly favorites from yesterday. Yesterday was Friday. So I will show you guys how I used these colors here to get my rose gold look that I like sporting during the fall. So let me know if you guys have any questions, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye.